Over the last few months, we've seen a flood of new mini excavators hit the US market. At ConExpo 2026 alone, Equipment World editors covered major launches including Coyote's first ever MX series, Caterpillar's 1-ton 301CR, and Wacker Neuson's next-gen ET40. But one new mini excavator wasn't on the show floor in Vegas, and that's what we're talking about today, the all-new 2.5-ton 25Z-1 from JCB.
We were actually seeing that machine being pulled into us by our dealers. We're saying, we want the 25Z. We see it in the other regions. How can we get it?
Freshly brought over from the European market, the 25Z-1 is the 11th mini excavator in JCB's US lineup. It's powered by a 24.7 horsepower Kohler diesel engine that cuts fuel consumption by 5%. And because it doesn't require DEF or a DPF, owners benefit from a machine that's easier to maintain. And at 2.5 tons, it's still light enough to tow behind a half-ton pickup.
So we do see it having a big footprint in the rental segment, but then the utility sector is another place we see.
To give us a deeper dive into this new machine and why it's now appearing in the US market, we sat down with one of JCB's product managers, Lee Tice. I'm Ben Thorpe, and you're watching the Iron Insider. Today we have Lee with us from JCB, and we're here to talk about a particular product, which is the 25Z-1 zero tail swing mini excavator. Can we just start with a quick 2-minute overview, what it is and what's important about it?
Absolutely. So we did launch, like say, our 2.5-ton mini, our 25Z. So we launched that this year at ARA in Orlando. Extremely excited to have that product here in North America. So our kind of home base launched that machine in Europe about a year ago. So we evaluated the market, said, hey, is it right for North America? And we were actually seeing that machine being pulled into us kind of by our dealers, by our sales staff. We're saying, hey, we want the 25Z. We see it in the other regions. How can we get it? So we did our evaluations, and it's a really exciting product for us because it's somewhat of a next generation of mini excavator to our lineup. Gives us that kind of new architecture of machines, so new cab, new hydraulics, everything that we've been working on in the background, things we've been requesting are now on the 25Z, and we're looking to roll that out into our other models within the range as well. The 25Z does have a dig depth of 10 feet and a weight of just over right at 6,000 pounds. So it's one of those that be mindful of it if you're mindful of towing those kind of requirements that you have, but it is still a performer in the market, and we do offer a full range of attachments for it, high and low flow auxiliaries, just full range of attachments there that we can support the machine with.
And maybe the most key question, which is, who is this machine for and why is it for them? In your mind, who's the ideal end user here?
So with a machine of this size, obviously we've still got the 35Z, which is the most popular kind of size class of mini excavator, but it gets a little heavy, right? So we talk about some of our homeowners that maybe want to stop by a rental house on the way home on a Friday and pick this machine up and pick up a machine that they can tow behind a half-ton pickup truck. So this 2.5-ton machine fits that class. So we do see it having a big footprint in the rental segment. It's kind of the independent rental companies, small mom and pop rentals that people are going to stop in, grab this machine. Like I said, standard equipment, no special licensing required. But then the utility sector is another place we see. So a lot of our utility contractors, they've got a lot of gear on trailers. They're towing spools of wire, maybe it's pipe, whatever it is. And this machine really fits their needs with the capacities, the small footprint, and dig depth of the machine itself. So it's kind of that split application machine where it fits into many different sizes. And we get some of our landscapers, maybe they want to put 2 machines on a trailer. So you're going to take your skid steer, you're going to take a small mini excavator. The 1-2 ton machines might not be big enough. This machine's kind of right in that slot of being able to put 2 machines on a trailer and not have to worry about overweighting your trailer, things like that. So one other exciting thing that we did not mention about this machine, being small machines, a lot of times we do not see air conditioning in these machines. So you get canopy or cab. We actually designed this 25Z to have air conditioning. So it's one of those things that we're thinking operator comfort, people sitting in the machines longer each day. So our 25Z cab machine will actually provide that comfort of air conditioning. We're in South Georgia right now, and it's about 90 degrees outside today, so it's something that we can all appreciate.
It's about 80 up in here in Wisconsin even, so I understand what you're getting
impressive.
at. And why are we adding this machine to the lineup right now? How is this improving and expanding your portfolio?
So, I mean, our portfolio prior to this, we had 10 machines kind of spread out from that 1.8 ton machine all the way up to a 10 ton that we consider mini excavators here at JCB. But we jumped from 1.8 to 3.5 tons. So, quite a big jump there in the mini excavator world when we're talking about the size of machine that people need. Most of the times they're looking at capacities that they can haul, they're looking at dig depths, those kind of things. And the 2.5 ton market is pretty large. I mean, it's basically an 11,000 machine market here in North America, and we didn't have something for that. So it's now filling in the blanks, basically.
That's a pretty good segue into the next question, mentioning the size of the market into which this model is going to enter. So what's going to differentiate this model from the competitors that it's going to be up against here in the US market?
Very good question. So, in this kind of, it's not necessarily specific to the 25Z because the 25Z, even though it has those new features of a new cab and those kind of things, it does still bring along a lot of the features of our existing range of mini excavators. So, big differentiator for our mini excavators across all of our competition is the greasing intervals and serviceability on our machines. So, I've kind of spoke on we're tailoring this machine for that rental market. Well, what happens when a mini excavator customer picks it up? Maybe it's an extended rental where they're going to have the machine for a month, something like that. They're going to be using this machine for an extended period of time. Well, our greasing intervals is what sets us apart. So the entire dig in throughout our entire mini excavator range is 500 hours. So basically saying within 500 hours, we do not require daily greasing of the machine. So when it comes to rental, that's huge. Most of these companies believe that their machines are not getting greased when they go out on rent. They're basically saying, we know when it goes out on rent, it's not going to be greased daily or whatever the manufacturer's recommended specifications are. So they're building this cost of, we're going to have to replace bushings, we're going to have to place pins in the dig end of the machine at some point in time. With the JCB machines, we are actually increasing their return on investment by saying, you grease this machine at 500 hours. Well, guess what? Our oil change interval is 500 hours. Most of the time, the machine is coming back to the shop for that oil change, major service, those kind of things. The machine can be greased at that point. So it's a huge time saver for the owner operator too, where you're not having to start your day every day with a $10 tube of grease and 20, 30 minutes of greasing the machine. So it saves the owner if they are a rental company, and it saves the end user if it is a contractor that personally owns this machine. So that's a big way that we set ourselves apart. We also use all steel bodywork. So anywhere we can put steel on this machine, we're putting steel. So all of your hood panels, those kind of compartments, they've got steel doors. And that just keeps this machine looking new. Once again, that kind of return on investment when it comes time for the machine's second or third life, the machine is still looking new. You're not worried about plastic panels that are beat up throughout the operations, because even though these are zero tail swing machines, we still do find they come in contact with obstacles out on the job site. So steel panels and flat glass is another way that our full range of mini excavators will set itself apart from the competition.
Based on data from Fusible's EDA, we know that JCB is still a relatively small player compared to some of the major OEMs here in the US. So just kind of get a feeling of what's the plan over the next few years to grow the presence here in the US market as you're expanding the lineup with these new models. What's kind of the plan here?
Yeah, so I mean, it's really all about awareness, right? We believe that the features of our mini excavators really provide benefit to the end users. And it's getting that message out to the customers. So how do we, whether it's through marketing, our dealer network, obviously we've got our new factory coming to San Antonio. So our second manufacturing facility here in North America, once again, just growing that footprint, increasing the awareness of who JCB is. Because once customers get these machines, they're believers just like us. So, I mean, it's really getting them in the hands of the customers, demos. We do have a full road show taking place across North America starting actually next month. So it starts June 1st in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We've got a road show. The 25Z is a part of that. and it's going to go through about 70 stops across North America, just traveling the country, small 30-minute performance, and then Q&A. We provide lunches, things like that. So it's all trying to build awareness of who we are as JCB, what we believe in here, our core values.
Okay, well, Lee, thank you for your time. We really appreciate this opportunity to look closer at this machine. And again, thank you for your insight. We really appreciate it.
Oh, thank y'all. Glad to be here.
With so many new players in the mini excavator market, contractors shopping the 2.5-ton size class will be stacking the 25Z-1 up against some serious rivals. Here are a few of the key models it will be competing with. The Bobcat E26. The Cat 302CR. The John Deere 26P Tier. The Kubota U27-4. That's all for this episode of the Iron Insider. To stay up to date with our latest videos, be sure to subscribe to our channel. And for more news on all things construction equipment, head on over to equipmentworld.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.